start first with the employer's testimony, followed by the claimant. Then we'll move the issue of the separation, whether the claimant was discharged for just cause, or alternatively, whether or not the claimant quit with good cause in connection with the work. We'll start first with the employer's testimony, followed by the claimant. Parties have the right to question each other and their own witnesses and each other's witnesses. Testimony is taken under oath. Based upon the testimony and evidence presented today, I'll issue a written decision. You'll receive the decision in the mail in approximately 2 weeks. There's a right to appeal that. It'll go out either in the mail or through the party's self-service uplink account in approximately 2 weeks. There's a right to appeal that decision. The front page of the decision will contain the instructions on how to file an appeal and the time limitation in which to appeal. Any questions about your appeal rights or procedures, Ms. Gaines?
No. Not at this time.
Mr. Gilliam?
No, Your Honor.
And I'm opening the record in case number 125599, Administrative Law Judge Anna Sparner presiding. Conducting the hearing by telephone from Fort Wayne, Indiana on February 14, 2018. It's now 10:59 a.m. Participating in the hearing by telephone is the claimant, accompanied by Sean Leary, potential witness. Appearing on behalf of the employer, Shirley Gaines, CEO. The employer is appealing the deputy's initial determination dated January 12, 2018, which found the claimant was not discharged. That the employer did not timely file separation information and that the claimant was not discharged for justice. At this time, I will describe certain jurisdictional documents, which we put in the file solely for the purpose of establishing jurisdiction. One is the determination and two is the appeal. 3 are copies, the hearing notice, and 4 is the instruction sheet. 5, the participation slip. 6, the docket notice, and 7, the blue civil blue. Any objections to the documents I've just described, Mr. Gilliam?
No.
And Ms. Gaines?
No.
Showing them all admitted. Now I'm going to swear all 3 of you in. If you all please raise your right hand while I administer the oath. Do you all solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth and the whole truth of the matter? Mr. Gilliam?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Leary?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Gaines?
Yes.
Let the record reflect the witnesses answered in the affirmative. Now, Ms. Gaines, did your company send me any exhibits?
The form stating that we were going to attend the hearing back.
Right, I got that, but I mean, I'm just any other exhibits. Did you send
No.
me? Yes. Okay.
No.
And Mr. Gilliam, did you send me any exhibits?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then we'll get started. I think I confirmed people's addresses, but just to be certain, Mr. Gilliam, for your address, I have 9882 West 250 South, Wentzville, Indiana 46391. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Gaines, your company's address is Round the Clock Transportation, 2424 Franklin Street, Suite 210A, Michigan City, Indiana 46360. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Ms. Gaines, did you receive a notice from the department that the claimant had applied for benefits?
Yes, we did.
What date was that notice? What was the date on that notice?
The date that we received it was on 1/12.
1/12/2018?
Yes.
Was that the date, you said that was the date you received it? What was the mailing date on it?
Well, the date that I have at the top of the left-hand corner says 1/12/2018. I don't see a date that says the date that it's been mailed out or was mailed out.
Okay, so the date you're looking at, is that a date the department put on it, or is that you guys' like stamped mail receive date?
That's the date the department put on it.
What date did your company receive the notice?
118.
1/18. Okay, and what date did your company respond?
We responded that same day, which is the 18th. We faxed over and the appeal.
Faxed over the appeal? No, I'm asking before the determination was issued. Did you receive any notice from the department requesting?
This was the first letter that we had received from the unemployment workforce.
Okay, so prior to the determination, received no notice requesting information from the department?
Yes, correct, yeah.
Okay. Anything else you care to tell me?
Okay.
On that issue, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's all for that. We received the second notice for a letter, which was the hearing, but that's the only thing that we received.
Mr. Gilliam, any questions for Ms. Gaines solely on the issue of timeliness and separation information?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Gilliam, do you have any evidence that you care to offer solely on the issue of timeliness and separation information?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. We're going to then move on to the issue of the separation. Ms. Gaines, can you tell me the date that the claimant began work with your company?
His start date was for 6/2016, for April.
Okay. And what was his job title at the end of employment?
He was a driver with us.
Was he full-time or part-time?
He was full-time.
Hourly or salaried?
Salary.
Did he quit or was he fired?
He was fired.
What was the date of his discharge?
December 11th, 2017.
Okay, why was he discharged?
He was discharged due to excessive tardies, and he had took a vehicle home after I had verbally told him he could not take it home, and he did it without authorizing, talking to management or asking if he was able to take the vehicle home.
So, on excessive tardies, does your company have a written attendance policy?
We have a packet that the employers sign. They're required to call us within 24 hours if they're going to be absent or not going to be able to make it to work, and if they're going to be
okay, ma'am, I'm going to stop you. So you do have a written attendance policy, yes or no, please?
Yes.
And is it relevant in this case? And was the claim discharged for violating that policy?
Yes.
Okay. Can you read me the policy?
Okay, let me get it.
Remember, don't go over that. Don't.
I'm getting it, Your Honor.
That's bullshit. Hit all those points. Because this bullshit. You want to party like that. And they won't be able to show that either.
I'm getting it now. I have a lot of paper, and that's
messed up. Can you show where I was late because I was late? See, I said they can't do that. They can't show where you was late because you was always on time. You got your people there on time. And anytime if you were late because of the weather, but that was just a few times. But before, first thing you said, they can't show where you was late. I don't think she can do it because she didn't send in any exhibits, so I would say she can't show that.
Miss Gaines.
She's still looking for it.
Hello.
Miss Gaines?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, why were you not answering earlier?
I'm sorry, my phone hit a packet. I was doing too many things at once. I was trying to find a packet.
Okay.
I actually had the packet.
Can you read me the policy?
I'm looking for
See,
it
them
now.
judges don't have no patience. They don't want to hear all that shit. No. And also, you start off with, they cannot show where I was tardy. Start off with that. Because I wasn't.
Are we able to come back to that until I find out? No. Okay.
Big blow. See, them judges, they don't want to hear that shit. See, if I was on that end, that would have never happened. I'd have had all that laid out.
Ma'am, are you able to supply the policy? Yes or no, please?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And are you able to recite it from memory?
Oh, well, in the packet that we have, it says the employer has to call within 24 hours of being absent, and they have to call at least an hour before when they're going to be late, so that way we can get it covered.
Okay, so that's it. They have to call an hour before they're going to be late.
Yeah.
And is there disciplinary steps, or is it that just the rule?
In the packet it has verbal warning and written up.
And then what, discharge?
Yes.
And how many tardies or absences before the verbal warning?
Well, verbally, it's been several times, but he had...
No. Don't tell me. You're telling me what your written rule is. So how does the rule specify the number of times a person can be absent or tardy before a verbal warning?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. And does it specify the number before the written or the discharge?
No.
Okay. Is anything excused under this policy?
Pardon me?
Are any absences or tardies excused under this policy?
No.
Okay. Not like jury duty, FMLA, bereavement are not excused?
Well, yes, things of that nature, yes, they are.
Things of that nature.
And what about consecutive absences with medical documentation? Do they count as one absence, or?
Yes, it does.
She fucking up.
And how long does an absence or tardy stay on a person's record?
It's a year.
Okay.
This is bullshit.
Mr. Gilliam, the employer has offered a recitation based on memory of a policy. Do you agree that is the written policy that was in place at the time that you were employed there?
No, ma'am.
Now, Miss Gaines, how would the claimant have known of this rule?
Well, we had the employees sign a form
Did you sign a form? Remember?
Okay, do you know the date? Do
Oh, okay.
you know the date the claimant signed?
I'm looking through this file
She's
now.
fucking up left and right.
He's all ready to go.
Yeah, and the judge smells bullshit. Trust me, she smells bullshit.
Black people can't.
Well,
I know
not
it
all.
has to be the state of higher,
The judge is black too.
but I want to be sure so that I'm not giving wrong information.
She fucking up, boy. She fucking up. So we disagree with the way that she presented that because that was so bullshit. Like, I don't remember that. I don't remember it being like that.
Okay, it was 4/20, 2016.
Okay, and was that rule, is the rule applicable to, I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Sorry, Your Honor.
Is the rule applicable to all employees?
Yes.
Are all employees subject to discharge under this rule?
Yes.
If the rule is not, if you don't have any set out standards of attendance, how are you able to to uniformly enforce the rule?
Exactly.
Well, the packet that I have has that information that I just stated.
But you don't have it.
that they have medical form if they're out for 6 days or being sick. And
No, ma'am. Listen to my question. How, if you said, you just told me there's no standards of how many absences or tardies before a verbal, written, or discharge. So under those circumstances, how are you able to uniformly enforce the rule?
You can't.
well, to be honest, Your Honor, I'm not because it's not in the packet.
Okay.
Boom.
And what level of discipline was the claimant on at time of discharge?
Well, we had gave him verbal warnings for being late without
There's no record of that.
before writing him up or whatever.
Okay, when was he given his written warning?
We had spoke with him on the 11th of December.
He was given a written warning on December 11th?
Well, it was verbal.
Okay, was that December 11th, 2017?
She fucked up.
Yes.
Bad right there. Big time.
And how many tardies had he accrued at that point, let's say in the last 6 months?
That was not documented. Well, you want to document it.
So this don't mean shit. She's
There was
done.
only 2 that I have written down.
She's done. She's done.
Okay, so he never received the verbal attendance warning, or the written attendance warning, I'm sorry.
Right. Well, the written was when I brought him in to have him sign it.
Wait, what do you mean, ma'am?
Well, verbal is we called them to let them know, clients were complaining about being
No,
late.
ma'am, earlier you told me he never received a written warning for attendance. Now you said, well, I is when I brought him in to sign it. That doesn't, what date was he given a written warning, yes or no, for attendance?
Yes.
What date?
I have on the 19th,
Of what month and year?
2017,
What month?
December.
Okay. You just told me you fired him on December 18th, or that he last worked on December 11th. So why would you give someone you fired 8 days before a written warning?
On the 11th is the date that we verbally spoke with him.
Okay, ma'am, I understand what verbal spoke. I understand what that means. What date was he discharged?
on the 19th
Of what month and year?
of December 2017.
So you discharged him on the same day you gave him a written warning. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
You can't
What
do that.
happened between
This is
December
over.
11th and December 19th that you discharged him?
Well, he was tardy, and
What dates was he tardy during that time?
She can't prove
the
that.
11th and the 12th, and also he took the company vehicle home.
Oh, okay, so he was tardy but you gave him a verbal warning on December 11th, right?
Right.
What tardies did you give him that verbal warning for on December 11th?
He was late picking up a client.
On what date?
That was for December 11th, so the same day.
Okay, so you gave him already a verbal warning on December 11th for the December 11th tardy, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, between December 11th and December 19th, he was tardy on December 12th, is that correct?
Yes.
How tardy was he?
He was, I want to say 30 minutes.
I want to say. That's,
Okay.
Judge ain't going to.
What time was he scheduled to arrive?
I don't have that on hand with me, Your Honor. I have to check the schedule.
And then between December 12th and December 19th, was there any other tardies or absences?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and then you said there was something about taking a company car. Tell me about that.
Okay, on December 5th, he had taken the vehicle home without the company knowledge. So I had let him know that he was not able to take the vehicle
You
home.
say that. You
Written
say
him
that.
up for
They
that.
told me that I could.
Okay. And then what happened between December 12th and the 19th?
Well, he didn't take it home again after the 5th.
Okay. So between December 11th and 19th, you discharged him for that December 12th tardy. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's bullshit.
Okay.
We probably don't even need to go into all that.
And when you say vehicle, is this like a taxi or an ambulance or?
Non-emergency transportation.
Okay. Anything else you care to tell me, ma'am?
As far as you remember, they gave you permission. Don't admit to
he
being
was
tardy.
written up on August 7th, 2017 for not putting a safe seatbelt on a client.
Remember that. Rebut that. Address that. It wasn't you, it was another driver.
Mr. Gilliam, any questions for Ms.
Speak up, start with that.
Yes. Miss Gaines,
Yes.
was that me in the vehicle when you said I did not put the seatbelt on, or was that another driver?
Well, we spoke with the client and the facility, and they stated that the client told us that you did not put the seatbelt on because the client did not want it on, and our policy states everyone must have seatbelts on.
Was it?
Any other questions, Mr. Gilliam?
That will be it.
Okay.
Was that
Mr.
you or not?
Gilliam, can you tell me the
You
date
need to
you
speak.
began work for the employer?
Say, let them know. Let them know it wasn't you. Say,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Can you tell tell me the date you began work with the employer?
I started training on the 29th of March in 2016, and I was training with him for approximately 2 weeks. And after the training procedures was over, I started driving for the company around the clock.
You need to tell her I need to speak.
Full-time or part-time?
Full time.
Hourly or salaried?
Salary.
What was your job title?
Was driver.
And did you quit or were you fired?
I was fired.
What was the date of your discharge?
December 19th, 2017.
Okay. And did you receive a written warning in August for not putting a seatbelt on a client?
I did not receive.
And tell him it wasn't you right now.
I did not receive a written warning, and that person, that was not me.
Explain.
You mean the driver who didn't put the seatbelt on was not you?
It was not me. It was a different driver for the company.
Did you receive a verbal warning on December 11th for tardy?
I do not remember.
Were you tardy on December 12th?
Yes, I was, because of the snow outside.
You mean due to, like, on the road, you mean?
Yes, on the road.
Okay. So were you tardy coming to work, or were you tardy picking up a client? But when was the tardy?
It was coming to work.
Was it about 30 minutes, or was it a different time period?
I believe it was about 30 or less.
Okay.
I did get the person to their appointment.
Did you report to the employer that you were going to be tardy?
No, I did not, because I was too focused on driving in the snow, and I did not reach down to call.
Okay. Was there an incident on December 5th when you took the vehicle home?
Yes, there was.
And why did you take, I'm sorry, let me rephrase the question. Why did you take it?
I took the van home because the next day I had to be in Valparaiso at 4:30 in the morning to pick up a client. And Michigan City to Valparaiso is approximately 30 minutes. And I live in Westville, which is closer. And also, I left my car down there at the office.
Did the employer tell you after that you couldn't do that?
Yes. And I did not do it anymore.
Anything else you care to tell me, sir?
Say some of that.
Sometimes when I was out on route, they gave me a problematic schedule. And sometimes I would have to be in 3 places at once. And the owner of the company wanted me to speed to get clients to their appointments on time. And I explained the situation on why that was not legally possible. And he told me that he would pay for my ticket as long as I got them there on time.
Ms. Gaines, any questions for Mr. Gilliam?
No, can I speak on?
Hold on just a minute. No, if you don't have any questions.
No, I don't have any questions.
Mr. Gilliam, any questions for your witness, Mr. Leary?
Yes.
What is your question?
Verify me going to work.
Mr. Leary, could you verify that I went to work on time?
Yes, for and on the record, I reside with Roscoe, and I'm up every morning, and I do see that he's out of here very early, worked very hard, very responsible. So I was here for the whole time he worked for the company, and I've lived with him. He's very responsible, always on time, punctual. And if there was an issue that he ever was tardy, it was certainly beyond his help at that time. So I just wanted to witness to that for and on the record.
Mr. Gilliam, any other questions for Mr. Leary?
That will be it, Your Honor.
Ms. Gaines, any questions for Mr. Leary?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Gaines, anything you care to tell me in closing?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Gilliam, anything else you care to tell me in closing?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to work on my decision and get in the mail. I do appreciate you all joining me, and I hope you all have a nice day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.